Hi, my name is Carson, and I will be guiding you through your practice today. Today's practice, we're focusing on an express flow to get your body moving and energized for whatever you have planned for the rest of the day. We'll get started by finding a standing position at the top of our mat. We'll start out by taking one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, just to tune in towards your breath and how you're feeling in this moment. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of each breath that you take. The ebbing and flowing of your diaphragm, your belly, your rib cage, and your chest. All of these components working synergetically together to create your breath. We'll take 2 cleansing breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, inhaling. And exhaling. Let the hands float down by the sides. Reaching out through the arms, gaze will lift, chest will lift. And as you hinge at the hips, forward fold. Bringing the hands towards the shins, halfway lift. And then let the body cascade over top of the thighs once more. Pressing through the feet, reach through the arms, extending to the sky. Hands float to the heart. One more time, lifting up, gaze lifts, chest lifts. Hinging at the hips, forward fold. Halfway lift, palms to the shins. Let the hands drift back to the floor, press through the feet, reach through the arms. Keep the arms up above the head this time. Interlace the fingers, finding length up through our index fingers, and then reaching up and over towards the right. From here, deeply bending at the knees as we swing the body up and over, creating a nice big circle through center. Once you meet back up through center, release the hands, opening up through the chest. Sweep the arms back up to the sky. Gaze will lift, chest will lift. Interlace the fingers, extend through the index, and then take your shape over to the left. Keep reaching out as you bend the knees. Travel through center, up and over. And as the hands part, forward fold, hinging at the hips. Once more, take a halfway lift, palms to the shins, and let the hands drift back to the mat. Take a big step back with both feet, downward facing dog. Shifting the weight forward to your plank position. Now, as you lower the knees, hovering the knees up off of the mat, about a couple centimeters, and then sit the hips back towards the heels. Powering through your hands, through the toes, lift the hips back to the sky. Shifting forward, plank position. Bend the knees to a hover as you sit the hips back to the heels. And downward facing dog. And keep moving through this motion. Option 2, link these 3 places together, rolling out your dog. Pressing down through the underside of the knuckles, the finger pads, spreading out the toes wide as we cycle between these 3 spaces. And the next time you're in your downward facing dog, pausing here, bending through the knees, pressing into the hands. Now reach the right heel up to the sky. Draw the knee into the nose, curling through the upper back. Extend the leg back behind you. This time, take right knee to right elbow. Reaching the leg back behind. Take right knee to left elbow, crossing the body. Extending back up once more. Plant the toes down on the mat. Left heel lifts to the sky. Draw the knee into the nose. Extending back up. Left knee to left elbow. Reaching to the sky. Left knee to right elbow. Lengthening back up. Plant the toes down. Shifting forward. Finding the knees, the chest, all the way to the floor. Roll the shoulder heads back, lifting through the chest. Shifting back. Downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, inhaling. And exhaling. Reach the right heel to the sky. Dive the knee towards the nose. Plant the foot in between the hands. You might use your hand for assistance. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, reach the arms to the sky. Once we're here, draw front foot to back knee, feeling that connection, inner thighs hugging towards each other. Let's take the elbows, drawing them towards the hips as we lift through the upper back. And keep the circle going. Sweep the arms forward, hinging at the hips. Lifting back up, gaze lifts, chest lifts, opening through the chest. And swing the arms forward. One last time, we lift up. And we swing forward. As we reach through the arms, one more time, elbows bend, hands plant to the floor. Big step back, downward facing dog. Left heel lifts to the sky. Draw the knee into the nose, plant the foot. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes, reach the arms. Drawing front heel to back knee, connecting through that space. As we bend the elbows, open through the chest, feeling that extension. Hinge at the hips, sweep the arms forward, and lift all the way back up. Traveling the elbows to hips, reaching the arms forward, and guiding back up. And let's take one more round, coming forward, extending back up. Elbows bend to the hips. We lower the hands to the floor. Big step forward, forward fold. Pressing through the feet. Reach the arms, extending up to the sky. And hands find the heart. Taking the feet about hip width distance apart, or however wide it might feel best. Hinging at the hips, sit those hips back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Find a little lift through the low belly. Hands can stay at the heart, or maybe they reach out in front of you. Now, press the outer edges of the feet into the floor and shift the weight over to the right foot as you peel the left toes off the mat. Place the toes back down. Over to the opposite side, left foot grounds, right toes peel off. And place back down. Transferring to the right. And back down. Transferring to the left. Let's take one more round over to the right. Holding here. Press through the foot, straighten the legs, stand up tall. Hands guide to the heart. As you sweep the inner thighs past one another, kick the left leg back behind you, hinging at the hips. Power through the standing foot, guide the knee all the way back up. And transferring the weight once more, hinging, reaching, and come all the way back up. One last time, this time as we kick back, we plant the toes, we reach the arms. Let the elbows bend, opening through the chest. Keep the arms sweeping forward, hinging at the hips, extending through the fingertips, all the way back up through center. Hands come down to the mat. Big step forward, forward fold. Pressing down through the feet, reaching the arms, chair pose once more. Hands can come to the heart. Now transferring the weight to the left foot. Right toes hover. And pop the foot back down. Over to the right, left toes hover. And back down. Over to our left. And over to our right. One last time, over to the left. Draw the knee into the chest, pausing here. Straighten through the standing leg. Warrior 3, kick that right foot back. Hinge at the hips. And guide all the way back up through center. Kick the leg back. And back through center. One last time, kicking the leg back. Reach the toes to the back of the mat. High lunge, lift through the arms. Bend the elbows, opening through the chest. Sweep the chest forward, hinge at the hips. Reach those arms. As we come back up through center, let the hands float down to the floor. Big step back, downward facing dog. Cycling through a vinyasa if you'd like. Shifting forward, lowering the knees or chaturanga dandasana. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. So you found your down dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. And as you lower the knees down to the floor, set the hips back to the heels, child's pose. Arms extend out long. Letting the head and the hips be heavy. Let the forearms be heavy. And slowly come all the way up through center. Swinging the legs out in front of you. Making your way towards a comfortable seat. Can be cross-legged or sitting back on the heels. Closing down the eyes or softening the gaze. Bringing your awareness back towards your breath. It might feel nice to take one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Coming back to that space where we began our practice today. Following the flow of your inhales and your exhales. Bring your hands towards heart center. We'll take 2 cleansing breaths to finish our practice today. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Again, inhaling. And exhaling. Bring the thumbs towards the forehead. May you have kind thoughts. Your thumbs to your lips. May you speak kind words. And your thumbs to your heart. May you live each and every day with a kind and open heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me for this express flow today. I hope this movement gets you energized for whatever you have planned for the rest of the day.